When communicating with potential contractors, suppliers, clients, stakeholders, and so on, words are important. I don't want to sound like the boring, annoying academical person that does the stubborn with terms, but I want to show you that with some kind of requests you attract frauds. Because this company said we are seeking an experienced AI developer, completely useless request just for this, later you will understand why, to guide us in programming an AI system that can identify patterns and similarities within large datasets of, and here comes the keyword of this whole video, that is random numbers. Your expertise, etc. This is the usual hooking of words that comes from something like GPT, and the goal is to uncover hidden trends and correlation. First of all, they use some useless words like experienced and AI developer. Here you might need might underline a statistician like me or a mathematician, but the problem is in the words random numbers. If we go to Wikipedia, we see, I don't want to annoy you with those two words, but those two words mean a number generated by a random process, such as throwing a dice. Does this person want to know how to predict the outcome of throwing dice? From the word they used, it seems yes. And the problem is that you can't do that. You can describe it with a distribution, but you can't predict it. What you can predict instead is statistics. If we go down, we go to random variable. Also the throw of a dice, if you repeat the experiment, is a random variable. But a random variable, the most typical one, is the normal distribution. For example, the turnover of companies, taken as a whole set, is a normal distribution, because we will have common values and more rare values, for example very large companies or people that commit tax frauds at the other end. So there are some random variables that belong to some random distribution that you can describe and explain, and so predict statistically. For example, the deal order of one of your clients, given a set of features, for example where they come from, age, sex and so on, but generally it is not so easy, you can predict such value that has practical consequences. So my understanding is that the person with using such numbers made a very dangerous request, because also in other videos I explained that you can't predict lottery numbers or numbers in gambling games. Instead, you can predict numbers in economical games. I want to underline again, two words, two single words, a whole word behind them. How much would it cost you to not see this video or to not know the difference between this and this? It depends on the budget you have for the kind of request linked to this, because as I said, with the budget and this kind of request you attract frauds or scammers, if you prefer.